Welcome to my channel, Bumzibi Beauty. My name is Juliana. If you are new to my channel, you are highly welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for clicking on this video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about my favorite makeup items of 2021. Generally, I don't like to try new things unless I know a lot about that product already, or I've used something from the brand and they brought out a new product and I wanted to try that. But in terms of just out of the blue trying things is not my thing unless they're eyeshadow palettes. So anything I'm mentioning is because they've really knocked my socks off this year. All of the products I'll be mentioning have really been outstanding, and they've sort of like exceeded my expectation in terms of either what I'm currently using or the way I was expecting the product to perform. Products I'm going to be showing to you are not going to be in any particular order, but I'm going to try as much as possible to show them to you in the way I would do my makeup. For example, starting from my eyeshadow primer and things like that. Alright, starting with Natasha Denona eyeshadow primer, and this is the primer. I'm sure everybody's seen this in one form or the other, but for me, I'm not particularly showing you as a favorite today for eyeshadow primer. The way I use Natasha Denona primer is to prime my eyelids before I even put anything on my skin at all. Normally I use MAC Paint Pot, but why this exceeds MAC Paint Pot for me is the fact that it blends into the skin. With MAC Paint Pot, it kind of sits on the skin. You can still see it. It just sort of sits there. It doesn't affect my overall makeup, but you can still see it sitting there. This absorbs so well into the skin. So for me, I have got a very oily skin, especially my lid. My lid is so oily. It's like an oil slick. So what I do is once I've primed my face with my normal primer, I then prime my eyes with this before I put my foundation on. So what this will do is prevent oil from seeping through my lid and ruining my eyeshadows. And I also put it in my smile lines. It's been a long time I experienced any cracking or settling into my smile line now, but I do not do my makeup. I do not apply foundation without MAC Paint Pot or some sort of primer in my smile lines. But this, it just absorbs into the skin beautifully. Alright, another favorite is the Wet n Wild Focus Mattifying Primer, and it's a mattifying one, and it definitely mattifies the skin. It doesn't mattify as much as your NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop or the Urban Decay the Sleek Primer. Those are like heavy duty primer, but where this is perfect is like it's an everyday mattifying primer. So I can use this with powder foundation, I can use this with stick foundation, or even liquid foundation, whatever it is. It just gives like the skin like the first base of mattifying my skin without it cracking. So it's like a medium tone mattifying primer. That's the best way I can describe it, but it works. And this thing is like, whoa, £3, £4. It's so good. I use it every day. Even when I use the Urban Decay or the NYX, I still first use this on all of my face, then I focus the Urban Decay on my T-zone. But this is absolutely beautiful primer. Alright, another favorite for me is the Revolution Tasty Avocado Primer. I featured this in my birthday haul earlier this year. I got these in place of my Hourglass number 28, I believe it's called number 28 primer, which is quite expensive, but this is what, £10. I like my skin to be dewy before I start applying my mattifying product, and the number 28 primer is the one I normally use, but it's so pricey. But these being £10, oh my days, this is absolutely beautiful. I have oily skin, but I still use dewy products. Now the one I was using, this is a new one. The one I was using, my daughter took it off me. She's got a dry skin, and she used the first time she couldn't believe it. She thought it was a fluke. Then she continued using it and she just took it off me. So I had to get another one, but it's an absolutely beautiful primer. So if you've got dry skin, oh my days, this is a must. And even if you've got oily skin like me, you can still use it. You just have to balance the way you do your makeup. Alright, let's talk about bronzer. Two favorites in terms of bronzer for me this year. One of them is a cream bronzer, which I actually found out by accident, and is the Danessa Myricks Power Bronzer. This actually took me by surprise. I thought I was actually ordering a powder bronzer, but it turned out to be a cream bronzer, but I'm not mad at it. This is absolutely beautiful on the skin. All you need is a little bit of dots all over the places where you will normally apply your bronzer. This is absolutely beautiful. But I feel like I have to do a disclaimer about this bronzer. For me, I don't tend to do luxury when it comes to any form of makeup at all, unless that product is really outstanding. But if I find like a drugstore or medium range version of that product, I would really rather stick to the drugstore or medium range product. I felt I have to mention this because it was really good, especially for people that only use luxury products. I felt I had to mention it. And another reason why I'm mentioning the disclaimer is that even though it was really good, it still really didn't surpass my experience with the Revolution Stick Foundation. Now this is my you can say this is kind of finished. I can't find a new one I brought out, but this is what I use as my bronzer. Is a foundation, is a stick foundation from Revolution Beauty. My shade is F16, and this is what I would normally use to bronze my skin, and it's always what I've always used until I accidentally bought this creamy bronzer. Now this dries very quickly on the skin, so once you place it, you really need to blend quickly, and it doesn't stay really, I want to say it doesn't stay dewy, or it doesn't stay creamy. Yeah, that's the right word. Whereas with the Revolution, it stays creamy. Even if you leave it for 1 hour before you blend, when you get back to your blending, it will blend beautifully into the skin. I'm not saying this doesn't blend beautifully, but this dries faster than the Revolution. So I prefer my bronzer to give me room to blend it properly without me having to kind of like trying to blend so quickly. So in that regard, and for the price, I still really prefer my Revolution Stick Foundation. So when this finishes, when the Danessa Marix finish, I am not going to be purchasing it. But if you are into luxury products, this is absolutely beautiful. The feel on the skin is so it's so beautiful on the skin, and I definitely like it. So I thought it was worth mentioning for people that prefer luxury products. All right, for foundation, a favorite of mine this year, especially because I've not been using liquid foundation during the week, is the Juvia's Place shade stick foundations. This is what I use Monday to Friday, and it's absolutely beautiful. These, in 5 minutes, you are ready. The application, the powder, and everything, I'm ready, you know, for a video call. Yeah, I mean, seriously, this has really been a fantastic product for me in 2021. So if you haven't tried this shade stick foundation before, and they've got different shades, just try it, give it a try. In 2 minutes, you finish blending your face, the whole face, everything. Finish blending, you set it, either you set with powder or you don't set, depending on if you've got oily skin or dry skin. If you've got dry skin, you might not need to set it. I've got oily skin, like I said, so I always set mine. But 2 minutes application, powder, 2 minutes, and everything else blend. In 5 minutes, you are done. You know, you are ready for work. It's so beautiful. So this is definitely for me an outstanding product in 2021. And then the last thing while we're on the face is a powder bronzer, and this one is actually from Beauty Bay. This is my powder bronzer in Chestnut. Oh, this bronzer, perfect. The color is perfect for me. Everything is perfect. The way it blends quickly on the skin, the way the color is for me, it's like how do I describe it? It's like an in-between shade. So whether it's summer, whether it's winter, it's just perfect, because this, especially because of the formula as well, you can blend so beautifully into the skin, and with your powder, it's so beautiful. On my nose, sometimes when you have to contour your nose, maybe you're getting a different color. No, you don't have to with this one. I don't have to. I just use the same shade, the same color for nose, for everything, because I can then tone it down with my powder, and it's so easily blendable into the skin. It's an absolutely beautiful bronzer. I mean, look at that. I don't eat pan so often on things that it's lost or I throw it away before it finishes, but this, I'm so proud of it, and honestly, I've really enjoyed it. I would definitely always repurchase this. Alright, lastly on the face, one of my favorites of 2021 is the setting spray from ELF. So it's a makeup mist and set. They actually also have a mattifying one, which I have both, but this is my favorite. This is just like a setting spray. This has replaced my MAC Fix Plus, because what's the time to buy MAC Fix Plus? This is so reasonable in price. I think it's about £5, £5.50, I can't remember, but it's like half of the price of MAC Fix Plus, and it does exactly the same thing, if not even better than Max Fix Plus. So for me, this is my regular setting spray. On a weekday, this is what I use. So yeah, definitely this is one of my favorites of 2021. Alright, moving on to the highs. One of my favorites of 2021 is the calligraphic pen from Glamlight. This liner is absolutely beautiful. I've mentioned it in a previous video. This eyeliner is so beautiful, and I think the beauty is the shape of the liner. So when you hold it, it's so perfect. It's an error-proof kind of pen. It doesn't go all over the place. It's so beautiful. Before this, my favorite eyeliner was from KVD. Is it a tattoo liner or something like that? That was my favorite for years. In fact, since it came out, I've been using that liner, but it's been so difficult to lay my hands on. But when I made the last purchase from Glamlight, I saw this liner and I thought, okay, I'll give it a try, and I'm so glad I bought it and tried it out. Oh my days, this liner is truly the best of 2021 as far as I'm concerned. I've got a backup already for when this finishes, but I've been using this for at least over 6 months. Well, it doesn't smell funny. It's been over 6 months and it's still got liquid inside. It's not dried out, nothing. I'm still using this one. I've not touched my backup at all. It's so beautiful. Honestly, if you do one thing this year, or if you're having difficulty in applying your liner, definitely get this one. This is definitely one of my favorites for 2021. For me, 2021 is definitely a year where my eyeshadow game is kind of gone on a different level. I've been experimenting, you know, using different things, using glitters, using liners and all sorts. I mean, even recently using flakes. So for me, this year is really been the year of eyeshadows, or you know, in one form or the other. So one of the favorites for me in this year is Lorella's Diamond Shadows. I did a dedicated video showcasing their shadows. At the time I got 3, but after that video I went back and bought at least all of the set. I think I only got the ones that were too light for me, but these shadows are definitely worth mentioning. What makes them so special is that they are glitter-like shadows, but they are glitter-like shadows in a gel, so it doesn't need any glitter glue. It doesn't flake or fall over your face. It's just yummy. I mean, look at that. That is so beautiful. So easy application. You can use glitter glue if you want. You don't have to use a glitter glue if you don't. You know, just apply it on the eyes and you get the all sparkly look with minimal effort. It's so beautiful. The one I swatched earlier was called Neptune. This is called 24 karat, so 24K. So I'm thinking it's 24 karat. So this is that one, and look at that. That is the shade of 24K, which is like literally gold shade. Oh, absolutely beautiful. I'll be doing them an injustice, you know, if I don't mention this, especially if you really want to go into glitter but you are intimidated or feel like you can apply glitter appropriately. This is the best way to go. This diamond shadows, oh my days, they are really beautiful. All right, another thing I thought was outstanding for me in 2021 is lashes. I think prior to 2021, I'm not sure I wore lashes, or even if I did, it's very far and in between. But these days I can't do any eyeshadow look without lashes. But I got 2 lashes from Lorella, 2 pairs. So this one is called Games, I think. I've used one of it, but the lashes are just so beautiful. Honestly, I think they are mink, and it's the first time I've tried mink or whatever, but they are just worthy of mentioning. They are so beautiful. They lay on the eye so easily, and they give the eye so beautiful of an effect. The one I've opened, I've enjoyed absolutely, and I'm actually wishing I got more than 2, you know, at the time I got them. But definitely worthy of mention. These lashes, they are really beautiful. And finally from Lorella is the lash glue that I got from them. It's the first time I've seen an applicator like this. So I've used ones that are like normal brush, and I've used ones that are like thin brush, but this is like a plastic applicator, so it's kind of solid, and the way it lays on the lashes is so beautiful. So I've been enjoying this. In fact, I first got the black one, then my second purchase I went back and got the colorless one, honestly, and they are really beautiful. Alright, I feel like I'm going to forget this, so let me mention this very quickly before I forget about it. So this is BH Cosmetics brush cleaner. Oh my days. When it comes to tools, I think this is an outstanding discovery for me in 2021. Oh my days. Don't know if you can see this. So this is like the big part. It's like it's got like bristles, hard medium-sized bristles, and this is like fine end. So this is good for washing the high brushes, and this is good for washing the face brushes, like, you know, for your powder, foundation and everything. But what this does is it melts, you know, the powder or the foundation or whatever, gunk or whatever it is on your brush. It melts it and washes it so quickly. It does the job in half of the time. Any other brush cleaner I have used, you know, has performed. This brush cleaner is so beautiful. I'm kicking myself for the fact that I didn't start using it immediately I got it. I think I had it for about 3 months before I brought it out, but the first time I used it, I was gobsmacked. Honestly, I was really surprised. I was kicking myself because in the amount of time it took me to wash all the brushes I took out, it was amazing. So for me now, washing my brushes is like, you know, I don't dread it anymore. I don't put it off anymore because it's so easy. All you have to do is wet your brushes a little bit, put it on the soap, and just, you know, swirl it around in this brush cleaner, and your brushes are clean, as in really clean. I definitely love this. The best discovery when it comes to makeup tool of 2021. Definitely a good one. I recommend this one. Alright, another big thing for me this year has been liners. I've been into liners, you know, gently incorporated into my looks. Sometimes one line, sometimes, you know, here by my wing or there. It's just been, you know, a nice discovery for me, and I've been enjoying using liners in my looks. The first ones I was using are from JD Glow. So JD Glow, they've got like different liner. They've got like metallic, they've got glitter, they've got mattes. I'll just swatch the one I have here. So this is a metallic one, and it's called FaceTime, and I think I even swatched some of this in my last JD Glow swatch party. So this is another one, and it's called Kelly. So they are both metallic, and then this one is matte, and they are so pigmented, and you know, they don't come off easily, especially the matte. So this blue matte one is called Pastel and Blue, and it's part of the one I have on my eye. So I mixed it with one of Louise liner. I used the two of them, so I used that one, then I put this one on top of the P. Louise one. Yeah, liners are, yeah, definitely been a big part of my high makeup this year. And another liner I got was from Daniel Marix. This is how I actually first started liners, from Daniel Marix. I bought this orange one. I've since then bought another color, a green one. But the good thing about this one is the fact that you don't need to wet it. So it's like it's got its own liquid inside. All you have to do is dip your brush in, and then you can apply your liner, whatever you need to do with it, your crease, wing, whatever it is that you need to do with this. It's so beautiful, and so easy to use as well. And lastly, on liners, I feel like I have to mention the P. Louise one. I featured this in my Black Friday haul about 2 videos ago or so. The reason why I have to mention this is because this one you can put in your waterline. The other two I've shown you, I won't put those in my waterline because they are liquid liners. These are like gel like liner. I don't know how to describe the substance inside, whether it's wax or whatever it is, but these ones you can actually use in your waterline, and this is the one I have in my waterline today. So any of the colors you can put in your waterline and they will stay put. So I feel like I have to mention this one because, you know, they're just different. They do different things. And with these ones as well, you can use these ones as base before you apply your eyeshadow. So if you wanted like a pastel blue or something, or a sky blue, and you don't have an eyeshadow primer of that color, you can first apply this, then lay your pastel blue, your eyeshadow on top of it, you know, to kind of reinforce this liner. So I feel like these are really nice and they are versatile. You can use them for anything. So for me, I've been having so much fun with this eye look. I got so carried away, you know, just doing one thing or the other, but you know, no regrets. I'm absolutely enjoying all these liners. So definitely for me in 2021, these have been part of my favorite. Eyeliners have been one of my favorite of 2021. Another favorite of mine in 2021, which is definitely worthy of mentioning because that's how I apply some of my shimmer shadows, is the silicone brush, which I cannot find anywhere. In fact, it's why I'm filming so late. I've been looking for it everywhere because it's just like a brush, and it must have, God knows where it is, whether it's being cleaned or whatever it is. I just can't find it, but I'm going to put a picture of it up there. So the best way to describe this silicone brush is it's a plastic. So instead of your bristles, so instead of your normal brush bristles or whatever, this has got actually a plastic on top of the brush holder. So it's so good for shimmers that are not easily picked up by your normal brushes. So this silicone brush will pick them up easily. In fact, the silicone brush is how I apply my diamond shadows from Lorella. I actually did a video of it where I was using the silicone brush to apply the diamond shadows, and I would definitely put a picture of the brush up. But if you are having difficulty applying some of your shimmers, try silicone brush. It is beautiful because it will pick it up so good, and it can spread it out also. So basically you use the silicone brush to pick up the shadows, and you also use it to apply the shadows on your eyes, your shimmers on your eyes. Yeah, that definitely recommend. If you can find any silicone brush, definitely give it a try. I feel like this video is gonna take forever because I talk too much. So one of my favorites for 2021 that I definitely have to mention is shadows from eUnique Beauty. So they are a UK beauty brand, and the reason why I feel I have to mention them is because their shimmers are, I think, ahead of a lot of brands. What they've done with their shimmers is so beautiful. I mean, within a £6 palette, to have those shimmers in a £6 palette, it's just outstanding. That's the palette which I swatched those from. That is outstanding, and honestly that brand has been an outstanding and an uprising brand, you know, for 2021. I mean, fine, they are expensive. I find them expensive. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. £6 palette, £6 palette, I think it's about what, 15.50. I think that's quite pricey, but for the quality that is in the palette, it's justified. You know, whether I feel they are expensive or not, is definitely justified, and the mattes are equally good. So for me, these formulas, they've definitely been one of my favorites in 2021. So definitely worthy of mention, eUnique Beauty. Okay, while we're on eyes, one of the formulas that have been outstanding for me in 2021 is Tammy Tanuka Sigil Inspired Shadows. These are my latest ones. Well, second to the last latest one, if you like. My latest ones, I still haven't managed to press them, but these are the ones I bought before those. I mean, I've done a dedicated video on these shadows before pressing them and after pressing. They are just beautiful. This is one of the shadows, and I think this one is called Succubus. Look at that. What I like about the shadow, look at the colors, different colors. That's what I like about them, is the fact that you have a shade and you can see multiple glitter pieces within that shade. It's absolutely beautiful. This is swatched on dry skin. Oh, look at that. That was Succubus. This next one I'm going to swatch. This one is the chromatic formula, and it is just beautiful. It looks like oil slick on the hand. So this one is Black Lioness. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. And then lastly, I'm going to swatch one of the favorites of mine. This one is called Squid, and that's that, and it's a green. Look at that. Just look at it. I think you can see what I'm saying. Can you see the multiple glitters in those shades? Oh, absolutely yummy. Definitely one of the wisest decisions I made in 2021 is to purchase from Sigil Inspired Tammy Tanuka. Honestly, I would definitely never regret that decision. Their shadows are just so beautiful, so satisfying. So, you know, using them, I get lost when I'm using the shadows. I get lost, you know, I forget time, I forget everything. I just focus applying, you know, one shade or the other, blending it in, and just doing all sort of things. Honestly, it's definitely been an highlight for me in 2021. Or another brand I discovered when it comes to single shadow in 2021 was Terra Moons, and they don't need any introduction. This is one of their shadows, Mirage, which is a multi-chrome, and this is Mirage. See, for me, when it comes to Terra Moon, I don't so much like their multi-chrome as much as I like their other formulas, and this is one of such. This is Reign of Terror. and Reign of Terror swatch. So it's similar to Sigil inspired, because I like it because it's got like different colors inside, you know, the shade. I mean, look at this. It's like a Christmas party in that swatch. I mean, look at this. Yeah, multi-chrome, yeah, different colors or whatever. They don't excite me as much as these other formulas that Terramon has. I think it's called, is it Chromatic something C or something? I can't remember what it is. I mean, I'll put the name of the formula on the screen. I can't remember now, but I'm very sure it starts with a C. See, look at that. I prefer that to monochrome any day, anytime. They are just so beautiful. Just having different sparkles, you know, within the shadow. For me, yeah, I just love that, and that's the kind of shadow I like. So for me, this shadows really stood out for me in 2021 compared to any other singles I've tried. Alright, another favorite for me in 2021 are my Glam Shop singles, palettes and all the likes. Anything Glam Shop was definitely a joy to use in 2021. And I like Glam Shop in the sense that they had different formulas. In this year alone, they brought out different formulas. On top of my head, I can't remember the names now. But, I mean, this is one kind of formula. This is actually my favorite because it requires the minimum the minimum effort to apply. So this is definitely my favorite. I'll put the shades and the type on the screen. This is the one they had from their pastel series. I mean, there's been a lot that they brought out. The halo, the glittery one, the shine, all sort of formulas Glam Shop has, you know, they've done it this year. So they're definitely worthy of mentioning for 2021. Have been one of my favorite shades to use. Another single shadow formulas I've been enjoying this year are the ones from JD Glow. Again, I've got a few of those videos on my channel, and I'm just going to swatch two shades from them. So the first one is A Papi, which is this one, and the blue one is Rendezvous. Swatch these two, and oh my days, I have enjoyed JD Glow's formula in 2021. Absolutely beautiful. Again, they don't have so much effort in applying them. Yes, I have to use glitter glue for this, but they just lay down so beautifully. The formula is so beautiful. Let me show you my fingers. Look at that. So sleek and beautiful. They just glide on the skin. I absolutely love them. So that's another formula I've enjoyed in 2021. Definitely a favorite for me, JD Glow. I did miss out two products earlier when I was talking about the skin, and the first one is a blush palette from Playing in Makeup by Yolanda. Now, as a brand, Pimbi has been one brand that I discovered in 2021 and has been one of my best brands of 2021. So this is the palette that she came out with, and it's called the Bloom palette. This is beautiful. I have to stop myself from using this every day, otherwise every time I apply my makeup, it's going to be the one I use. I mean, look at it. It's got all shades, and the fact that you can mix and match these blushes just make it so beautiful. If you don't want to use as concentrated as that, just mix it, you know, with any of the other shades, and you get a different shade entirely. And the formula is just so beautiful. It lays down on the skin so beautifully. So definitely for me, this has been my favorite blush of the year, regardless of the fact that it's in a set. Blush period has been my favorite formula of 2021. And for highlighter, I've got to give it to Danessa Myricks. I don't tend to buy a lot of highlighters because I hardly use them. I only use them when I'm filming or, you know, going out, you know, for like a party or something, which is very far in between. So I don't get to buy a lot of highlighters. But I did buy, I think, about 3 this year. I bought one from Playing in Makeup by Yolanda, which I don't like as much as my Danessa Myricks. This is my favorite of 2021. I mean, I only just got it. Well, it's been about 3 months, but it is absolutely beautiful formula. And the fact that you've got different shade range. So this is 3 shades out of it, and it's so beautiful. Look at that. Definitely a favorite for me in 2021. I think that was all of the product I had out to show you. If I remember anything, I'll feature them on my Instagram or something. As it is, I think I've already talked too much. Hey, these were all of my favorites of 2021. Things I've been loving using, things that have kind of like upped my makeup game. Basically just things I've been loving in 2021. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me and you've enjoyed seeing my favorites. I would love to know what your favorites have been in 2021. What has stood out for you? You know, what's that makeup item, you know, that has kind of elevated your makeup game? Please leave it down in the comment section. If you have enjoyed this video, please like it, share this video and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'll see you.